All right, folks, what's up? It is the Salty Vet back with a sports video for the day, and I love when I learn something new, especially about sports and specifically about baseball. Um, I was listening to an interview with Cincinnati Red great Eric Davis, and I'm going to tell you what he said, but when heard this statement, I kind of thought in the back of my head that makes total sense. I just never had heard anybody verbalize it, right? And he made the statement about Pete Rose. First of all, I am a huge Pete Rose fan. Pete Rose should be on the Hall of Fame as a player. Banned as a manager, betted on the game, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. And I don't care how you feel about Pete Rose. You cannot deny what the guy did on the field. He's one of the greatest players in the history of the game. So, Eric Davis, when asked about Pete, made the statement, and I'm paraphrasing, if they don't want Pete in the Hall of Fame, why don't they give Pete back all of his stuff? And it's the all of his stuff thing that I had never thought about, right? I think he will eventually get voted in posthumously, which is sad, but, you know, baseball fans know he should be in there, right? Not a likable guy from all, you know, everything I've read about him. Um, but neither was Ty Cobb. You know, Ty Cobb got stabbed, killed a guy, and then the same day went 3 for 4 in a ball game. You know, it's not the hall of like, and it should be based solely on what you did on the field, not what you did off the field, what you did on the field. So I decided to do some research, and I pulled a list of the items that the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown has of Pete Rose's, and this really pissed me off. So there's two main records that Pete has that I don't see how in the world they will ever be broken. Everybody knows about the 4,200 and however many 56 hits, right? Hit king. A lesser known record is he's the only man in the history of baseball to play 500 games at 5 different positions: first, second, third base, left field, right field. 500 at each of those positions. That is nuts. And I think I, as a child, a kid growing up playing baseball, and I'm watching Pete Rose play, he didn't have the greatest arm. He wasn't super fast when I was seeing him. I think he was a little faster, when he was younger. He had outstanding hand-eye coordination, and he refused to be outworked. And I modeled what short baseball life I had after that. Nobody's going to work as hard as me, right? I had a good arm, and that was it. I wasn't fast, uh, didn't really hit that well, but nobody outworked me, right? So anyway, here's the list, and I'm going to go through all these because it's mind-blowing. So the bat from the 1970 All-Star game, I think that's the one where he ended Ray Fosse's career, crashed into him at home plate. Jersey from the 1973 season, part of the Big Red Machine, where he won the National League MVP. Montreal Expos cap from 1984 when he broke the game's played record. He also holds that record. Shoes from September 11th, 1985 when he broke Ty Cobb's career hit record. The score sheet from that same day. Jersey worn the night he got hit number 4192. A ball and ticket from the 1981 game he tied Stan Musial's NL hits record. 2 bats from 1978 when he reached 3,000 hits and later tied Wee Willie Keeler's 44-game hit streak. A 1978 can of a chocolate-flavored beverage named Pete with a action photo of him on it. A 1976 World Series commemorative Hoodie Pole beer can, don't know what that one is, a 1977 RC Cola can, his 75 Topps card, his 63 Topps card, and then balls autographed by Pete in the hit collection. So he's got a whole hit collection at the Hall of Fame, each one tied to his 4,256 hits. If you don't want Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame, give his estate, give his family back his shit. It's that simple. You're making money off somebody that you don't want in there. So you want to make money on the things he did on the field as a player, but you won't enshrine him as a player. That's just fucking wrong. And I will apply this liberally and equally across the board. If you have Roger Clemens shit, it needs to be given back to him. You got Barry Bonds shit, A-Rod shit, all these people that, during the steroid era, they're not going in. Sammy Sosa, you need to give them all their shit back. Mark McGwire, all their stuff needs to be gone out of the Hall of Fame. It's all or nothing. And if I were them, I would be demanding you give me my stuff back. Right? If you're not going to put me in the hall, you can't have any of my shit and make money on it. Because the Hall of Fame is on my to-do list for sure. And one of the main reasons I'm going is to see the Pete Rose section, which seems fairly large from what I read. Fuck you if you don't give his stuff back. You've made money off of this guy for decades. And you won't put him in the Hall of Fame. It's just wrong. And again, not just him. Anybody that you're not going to put in the Hall of Fame, you should not have their stuff. Or if you decline at some point to put them on the Hall of Fame, you give them back their stuff. You don't get to make money on it. I'm sorry. That's just wrong. It's just flat wrong. And it pissed me off to no extent. I want to go. I'm going to correct something I just said. I want to go see it. I'm not giving them money until they put him in the Hall of Fame. I might be 85 by the time they put him in. When they put him in, I'll go. I will not go until they put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. Because he belongs there. He is one of the greatest players in the 100 and 60-year history of baseball. This is our sport. For the longest time was a national pastime. He belongs in the Hall of Fame. Think about what you're doing. Y'all be cool.